Starfall.
Hey guys, Nick here with Starfall Sabers, and this is just a quick video primarily to address anyone who has an outstanding order with me, whether that be commissions or my Etsy orders from the March 1st release and also the May 4th release. So I've been getting just some messages on Etsy from clients asking when their Saber is going to be done, and that's totally expected, totally normal. So I just figured if I record this video, which I'm also going to put to my YouTube channel, this can just kind of explain where I'm at with the builds, help to lower any anxiety about orders that are out there. So just rest assured, I have never not delivered on a Saber. So I've fulfilled my orders. In the very rare case, sometimes I will give, I'll do a refund, but that's very rare. And usually it's because someone had some like catastrophe in their life and they need a refund. So first off, I just want to let you guys know that I appreciate the support and also your patience as I work through these orders by hand, one at a time. So where I'm at right now is my shop reopened March 1st of this year. And so I'm really hoping and focusing to get those orders finished by June, maybe mid-July. Those will all be done. And then any orders that were placed for the May 4th opening, those should be done by August, September at the latest. So again, Etsy doesn't allow me to put like the proper lead times for how long it takes to build these Sabers. Also, many of you have opted to do the crystal chamber upgrade and also like the install prep. So all that just adds time to the build. I'm thankful for the support. The crystal chambers are awesome. They look so cool in the Sabers and I enjoy doing them, but it does add at least like a full day to a build to integrate the crystal chamber in there. So that's kind of why I'm a little behind on some of those orders. Also, feel free to message me. I typically respond within minutes on Etsy or Instagram. When I check the feed, I'll respond to DMs there. So don't feel like I don't want you to ask when your Saber is going to be done. Absolutely, and I'll give you an update. So again, I just wanted to make this update kind of to let you guys know that I'm working on them every day. And basically, as you see me release or showcase, feature a Saber that's finished, just know that if that's not yours, it's one step closer to yours being done. So again, I really appreciate the support and the patience for that. So that's really it as far as the update. I just kind of wanted to show my face, let you guys know I'm working every day on finishing these orders and that I appreciate your patience. While I'm here, I did put an Instagram post up regarding some questions, if you guys have some questions, so I'll spend a little bit of time answering those for you. And so I'm just on my phone here looking at these. This question is from Diehard Colt 3. And again, all of these are coming in from Instagram, my story on Instagram. If I didn't get to your question, I usually do these every couple months. I'll put up questions and I'll answer them as best as I can. So Diehard Colt 3 says, which Saber was the most difficult for you to make? Some of the most difficult builds are actually coming up, and they're typically commissions because people will tend to really push me in that respect, because it's not necessarily something that I would come up with. So it's kind of my client's idea or their dream, and I have to figure out a way to build it. So some of those are coming up. The most difficult that I've built thus far, sometimes it's more of like I partner with other people to bring some stuff to life. So if it's like a lot of the most difficult builds are like resin or like leather work that I can't do, that I work with partners to bring to life. And that's pretty cool because I will design the whole saber based on my client's sketch, but then I'll have to send it out for certain work. Probably though the portal saber, which I'm going to be doing a reveal on soon, has been the most difficult because it's just, I wanted it to look like it was something that like Aperture Science would have made from the video game Portal. But then again, a lot of that's out of my skill set. So I worked with a gentleman named Tone Hitchcock from the UK who does, he actually does work on TV and movie films. And so he was able to build some of the design that I made. So I'm going to show that to you guys soon because it's done. But that was probably to date the hardest one to make. It's really hot in my shop, sorry. Let's see. Hunter Hedges asks, any way you can send a congrats on winning note to my shipment to fool my girlfriend? So unfortunately, no, I won't be an accomplice to any sort of deception. If you want to say that you won the saber, that's up to you. Hunter Hedges also asked, do you reference canon sabers or are these entirely your brainchild? So I'm a big fan of the original trilogy sabers, canon sabers, and some of the ones from like Star Wars Rebels. There's certain ones that I really like, so I don't necessarily try to mimic that, but sometimes when I'm building, or if I have a found part that kind of reminds me of something from the original trilogy, or some of the like the Star Wars Rebels or Clone Wars sabers that I get inspired from, sometimes I'll do a little nod or a hint to them. But I don't necessarily always use them as design cues. I just try to make them look in universes as much as possible. Hunter Hedges has one more question here. How long does it take for you to come up with these designs? Sometimes it just varies. If it's the semi-custom mystery sabers, it's a little easier because people are showing me pictures of my past work. So it's easy to be like, oh, okay, I remember what I did, and kind of theme it off that. So those tend to go a little faster. The mystery sabers, I have a lot of parts. I have a lot of like discarded scratch and dent saber parts from different companies, and then I scratch build a lot of parts. And then I have a big bin of just found parts, stuff that I found, thrift stores, hardware stores, different flashlight pieces. So again, as most of you, or a lot of you may know, I like to build the sabers reminiscent of how the original prop makers did it for the original trilogy, which was they would go out and just get found parts, modify them, put them together to make something new. And so that has always resonated with me. So it just it typically comes pretty quickly. Like I will spend maybe 20 minutes looking through my parts, and then all of a sudden, like I have an idea for it, and then I just start building. So that kind of goes with M Germain 134. Where do you get your inspirations for designing the mystery hilt? It's kind of the same way. I start looking through my parts that I have laying around, and then I cut them up and I get inspired by a shape, and then I'll just kind of start building. Dragon Pups, again, these are all from Instagram, says, what are your sabers made out of? Are they dueling capable? I hope to get it on the next commission. So they're made out of aircraft grade aluminum. I also do steel, brass, copper plated steel, gold plated steel. So all like really nice, durable materials. You can absolutely duel with them if you want to. That's on you if you drop it and scratch up some of the beautiful finishes, but yes, you can. They're very durable. We'll answer a couple more here. Some of these are repeat questions. Nicole.Kenobi says, how long have you been making sabers? So, when Attack of the Clones came out, I wanted to go to the premiere wearing a lightsaber hilt on my belt. So I went to the thrift store. I think I bought like a mag light. I went to Home Depot. I saw a mag light. I bought that. I cut it up, and I went and I found like these plastic forks from Party City that looked like black grips, and I like taped them to it, and just did some other greeblies to it. And so that was probably like the first lightsaber hilt I made. You couldn't install anything in it, but it was just a prop. So that was back when Attack of the Clones came out, which was what, like 2001 or 2002. But then I didn't really make any. I made like a few of them because I was excited about the movies and at that time, but I stopped for a long time until when Disney took over Lucasfilm, and I knew The Force Awakens was going to come out. I did that again, but I was older, I had more tools, and so I could make something cooler. And then I started putting those creations out just on an Instagram account, and that's kind of where it kind of went from there. So that was what, 7 years ago. And then it just kind of grew. I just kept building and building, and then eventually you could install electronics in them, and then now I do it full time. So yeah, so probably about like 6 years, I would say 6 or 7 years, and then a year and a half full time. And so that's about it for the questions. Thanks for submitting those, guys. And again, if you have an order with me, thank you so much for your patience. I'm working through them, and I'll do another update soon. But yeah, my shop will reopen. I'm not going to reopen my shop until I'm done with all these orders. So it'll probably be September. End of September when I reopen. So thanks for the support. Appreciate it, guys, and we'll talk to you soon.